What do you think? How likely is it that we see her back in the octagon before the end of the year?
I'd say it's pretty likely, actually. I mean, I know, there's a lot of speculation out there, and I don't want to put a percentage on it necessarily, but I would say if I was to guess about 80-20 that she is going to come back. I do know that she's been offered a fight with Amanda Nunes, the current bantamweight champion, on December 30th at UFC 207. I know Amanda is on board for that fight. I know Ronda's back in training, and I've heard rumors that she even brought in training partners to emulate Amanda Nunes. So I think it's going to happen. Really, it's just a matter of timing and if she actually wants to fight on December 30th. But I do believe it will happen. Right now, if I was to guess, I would say we will see her fight on that card.
Now, no debate here. Ronda was the face of the UFC. Has the sport suffered or thrived in her absence, do you think?
It's impossible to say it hasn't thrived. I mean, listen, Conor McGregor is the star right now. And I know Dana has said that, Ronda Rousey is the UFC's biggest star, but I would disagree. I think Conor McGregor has really become the face of the UFC, the face of mixed martial arts. And for Conor McGregor to go out there in March and again in August and break pay-per-view records with those two fights with Nate Diaz and probably have another huge record-breaking number in November with his fight with Eddie Alvarez, it's impossible to say that the sport hasn't thrived, especially with a guy like Conor McGregor at the top of these cards. So I don't think it's hurt, but I think Ronda's comeback will still be very, very huge for the sport. She is the other transcendent star to go along with Conor McGregor. So her being back is great. It just hasn't suffered necessarily in her absence because Conor has been here.
Athletes always talk about their brand. Before her loss, Ronda was, viewed as an unbeatable champion. In your opinion, how much has her brand suffered since she left the sport?
I think it has suffered because, listen, Ronda, when she got knocked out by Holly Holm, she didn't do any kind of real media afterwards. She didn't kind of face the brunt of the attack of that fight. She never really did interviews afterwards, and she's done a couple of interviews since that time, but she's very much shied away from the public spotlight. And listen, I'm all for celebrities. If they want to, get away from the public spotlight, that's fine. But at no point since that fight has Ronda really faced the music, so to speak. She hasn't really come out and confronted that loss. And I think that just worries a lot of people. And the fact that she's just kind of fallen off the map for this past year, just makes people question, does she want to fight? Does she still have it? Will this loss negatively affect her for the rest of her career? So there's no way to say it hasn't hurt her brand in some way, shape, or form. All the things that she was talking about doing, before the Holly Holm fight, these movies she had signed on for, Roadhouse and all these other things, none of these things have happened. So people have just kind of been left questioning and wondering, where is Ronda Rousey?
How do those in your profession view a curse that's felt by a whole city like the one attached to the Cubs?
Yeah, the original news article published about